Fight fans, we get ready for 3 5-minute rounds in the professional featherweight division. Introduce first, fighting out of the corner. This man stands 5 feet 7 inches tall and officially weighed in at 146 pounds. He has a record of 4 wins with 7 losses and 0 draws. Fighting out of London, England, he is the Turkish Snake, Hussein Garabat. This man stands 5 feet 10 inches tall and weighed in at 145 pounds. He has a record of 5 wins with 3 losses and 0 draws. Fighting out of Derbyshire, England, Dean Truman. When the action begins, your referee in charge, Mark Goddard.
So, Chris, 2 men here that love a stand-up war, great physical competitors, only like to go forward, consummate entertainers.
Another exciting night of championship fighting here in Bama, but 2 up-and-comers on this occasion, Malcolm. 2 exciting strikers, quick feet, hands, and footwork. Looking forward to seeing Hussein and Dean duke it out tonight in Birmingham.
That's right, both men superb stoppage records, and we've said about the Turkish Snake many times, he comes to entertain. His record doesn't do him justice, does it? He's
an incredible fighter. The Turkish Snake, very unorthodox, as you see with the head movement there, but Truman also a very direct Muay Thai striker in his own right. So that's really one of the key questions about this bout, is what happens when the 2 meet in the middle of the ring?
Well, what happened there was a good left hook from the Turkish Snake, Hussein Garabat. But as you said, Dean Truman as well likes to finish 3 big KOs from his 5 wins.
Both fighters a little bit of a feeling out process. Hussein looking to line up that beautiful rear round kick. Dean Truman says not so fast, gets into the plum and then unloads with the knees to a beautiful takedown here, picking that ankle. Hussein sprawling to try to distribute his weight for dear life there, Malk, as Truman sucks his hips away.
I think Truman did that out of respect for the offensive from Garabat there. We had a superb leg kick and that left hook, and I think this was a good tactic from Dean Truman.
Both fighters absolutely working at full capacity here, jockeying for position. Hussein doing a great job there of defending against the knees and then getting back to his feet, but Truman relentless.
And at the weight, he looks so big compared to Hussein there. And difficult times now for the Turkish Snake. And we saw him in this position in his last fight, Chris, and it was an incredible twister that finished that one.
Mental, absolutely wild fight for the Turkish Snake last time around, but Truman doing a great job of retaining his position. Hussein grapevined in with his left leg in a very uncanny maneuver there to try to get his hips back into the mix, create some space, but Truman like glue.
Glad you said that, because space, I feel, is the one thing that Garabat thrives on. He's so unorthodox, he's such a good striker. He needs that space, though.
He's an elite level guy. The elbows, the double K, Kieran Kettle trained, striking repartee is clearly something Dean Truman has done his homework on. And I could see really in some of the early looks that Truman was setting up a takedown, now finds himself in a very advantageous position here in the first, inside control and going to work.
And this is where Hussein really doesn't want to be. As we said, we feel he's better in the center of the cage. We've seen Superman punches, we've seen devastating knees. But as you said, Dean Truman is sticking to his man, really working him hard. And this is where the Turkish Snake does not want to be.
Look how heavy Truman is, redistributes his weight, sprawls down, lowers his hips. He is so strong for this weight class, snaps the head down here in that front headlock position. And no doubt, Hussein also very capable. They both came in, 1 pound above the limit. But Truman slowing Hussein down, punishing him with knees and ground and pound, and showing off just what that killer casual demeanor was yesterday at the weigh-ins when it comes down to the fight.
Yes, that knee, very telling. And then the right hand, and suddenly Garabat in all sorts of problems. We've seen, when it comes to the striking, though, he's so durable.
Very. And this is a much better position for Hussein now. Again, a mirror image of about 30 seconds ago, that front headlock position. Truman gonna defend the neck, look to escape and stand back up. Much better now for both men. Possible low blow there. Referee in charge, Mark Goddard, checking. Nothing offside, so the action resumes.
But that was typical Garabet. He waved Mark away. He wanted to get on with the action, but having said that, took a vicious left hook, tucks up, and he's taken another left and right and slugging back. And this is what we thought from these two men, Chris. We expected this, and we're getting it.
This is what the fanboy in me, as well as the crowd, judging the noise level here at the Barclaycard Arena, wanted to see. Both men toe-to-toe, but Garabet again on his back against the mesh.
It was the composure from Truman, the shots, and then the little sweep, getting him to where he wanted to be after a furious exchange.
Both fighters tagging each other there. Garabet clipped him with a right hook, but then covering up, Truman exploited that and went down low, got him down to the mat, and now it's those short right elbows, the way he posts on Garabet's head and then brings the elbow down. Very effective, very economical. Hussein doing the right thing here, but then Truman dives on the choke. Possible arming guillotine attempt here.
Mark Goddard looking
That's
very
it,
close.
that's
Now
the
you're
tap.
right. Superb finish from Dean Truman, and as you said, tactically he got everything right tonight, because when they were both upright and swinging, that's when Garabet's dangerous, but Truman had none of it, did he?
Truman jumps out of the ring here in Birmingham, embraces Judo Jim Wallhead there in his corner. We've seen it from Truman before. He uses the strikes to set up the ground game. You get complacent for a moment, and he'll take that neck all the way home back to Nottingham. A big win for Dean Truman here in round one. Take a look at the replay now.
Well, as we said, we knew how good he was upright, but the difference between the two men is Truman's upright game is always with a setup in mind, isn't it?
Massive knee, gets Garabet to cover there, and then Truman goes to work, jockeying here again to drag him down. Look at that beautiful outside trip. Garabet falls to his back, and then Truman goes to work. Man,
he really did his research on Garabet, didn't he? Knew how dangerous he was upright, even when he's against the fence, and he did the perfect thing, that little sweep to set it up.
Spectacular. Looks over to Goddard, nods, says he's tapped. He thought about actually going for a straight-up guillotine, then swapped to the arm-in technique. Beautiful finish, textbook jiu-jitsu, and a classic performance from Dean Truman.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout ended 4 minutes, 48 seconds of the first round. Your winner by